Hey everybody, what's going on? So, the day after I make a video announcing that I'm going to be getting a new camera, sure enough, Sony decides to announce that they're going to be coming out with the a6300. And the funny thing is, this camera looks almost exactly the same as the camera that I purchased, the Sony RX10 Mark II, except that it's got a larger sensor and probably better ISO performance. So I'm just going to put some of the clips on here that I've taken a look at and go over some of the main features that the camera's going to have. So, the biggest one is 4K internal recording at 30 and 24 frames per second, and you can also get 120 frames per second at full HD 1080p in 100 megabits per second. One thing that they added that is great is they added a jack for a microphone, but they did not add a jack for headphones to monitor the audio. So that's a bit of a letdown. They gave you half of what you need to turn this into a professional video camera. And with the bit rates that this thing has, it looks like it's going to really be a professional video camera because they also, as well as adding 100 megabits per second recording, added S-Log 3. So you can record and post-produce the crap out of this. That's amazing. I was so excited when I heard that. They said that they've improved the ISO performance considerably. And if you take a look at these two pictures here, one 1600 ISO and one 6400 ISO, and there's almost no difference between the two of them. So the ISO performance has gone way up on this thing. The A6000 was okay with low light performance, but it wasn't great. I've got one, I know. The slow motion is amazing on this thing because what it does is it records in 100 megabits per second at 120 frames per second. So then when you play it back, you're still getting 20 megabits per second, which is pretty damn good. They've improved the body a little bit, but not too much. They decided to add, like I said, a microphone jack. You've got your HDMI and your USB. But other than that, there's not a ton of changes to the body. Same magnesium alloy construction. I just really hope there's no overheating issues on the body. They've added a little switch on the back there to go between manual and autofocus, and they haven't changed too much about it, to be honest. You've still got your pop-up flash, your menu button, your wheel. It's still not touchscreen, but to be honest, I don't really like touchscreen that much, so I'm not going to cry about it. And as always, Sony is bragging about the autofocus on this thing. I usually shoot manual, so that's not a big thing for me, but I took a look at the video on the website, and it does look like the autofocus is going to be pretty damn good. And one more thing I'm going to mention that I'm kind of excited about, you may have noticed it earlier in the video, it looks like you're going to be able to power your A6000 via the USB port in real time, meaning if you have a power supply, you can essentially use that as a large battery, plug that into the A6000, and then use that to power your device. That's fantastic. I'm super excited for that. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to scroll through all the specs on here so you can take a look, pause anytime you want, and you can just, figure out what all the specs are for this thing, because this has got everything on it. Now, I can't show you any 4K footage from it because I don't have 4K on my computer. I could record it and upload it, but I wouldn't be able to preview it. Plus, you're going to have the loss from the compression on YouTube anyways. Sony hasn't provided any direct video files for us that we can download to view, so we're just going to have to deal with what we've got for now. I'm going to leave some links in the description to the official Sony webpage where they've got all the specifications, and you can scroll through the galleries, take a look at everything that's on there. As well as I'm going to leave a link to the Sony channel that they have on YouTube where they've uploaded some of the samples, and they've got their full K footage on there uploaded from the camera, so you can go ahead and take a look at that. Now, with that being said, there's really not too much more to talk about. There's a lot of amazing features. I'm not going to go over all of them because you can check them out yourselves on the website. And you know what? I think I'm going to get this. I'm going to save up my money and I'm going to go hard just to make sure that I can get a hold of one of these puppies. It's actually going to pair really well with my RX10 Mark II, and I feel that these two together are going to be an amazing combination for video production. So with that being said, I hope everybody here has themselves a wonderful day, and as always, be good to each other. Take care.